I should sue Gervonta Davis for defamation. That's what I should do. But honestly, I can't be bothered because the guy puts a tweet up and then takes it down again. What's that all about? If you've got something to say it. Stand by your words. So you're suggesting that I was involved in Ryan Garcia testing positive with VADA. Do me a favour. I mean, I've had many fighters test positive with VADA, unfortunately. And I've never once gone, oh, someone's out to get me. And there's probably many that are. I don't want Ryan Garcia to test positive. It's terrible for the sport, but he's done it. And now
He is demanding a rematch with Ryan Garcia after a recent report alleged that Garcia used PEDs. Sources indicate that Garcia's test results, conducted by VADA prior to the bout, revealed the presence of ostarine, a prohibited, performance-enhancing compound. Amidst the swirling rumors of Garcia's substance test debacle, a narrow opportunity presents itself, just 10 days, for him to demand an examination of his B sample. Yet, the plot thickens as Mike Coppinger of ESPN unveils further intrigue, suggesting Garcia's initial test hinted at the forbidden 19-norandrosterone. After the news went viral over social media, Claressa Shields quickly hopped on X, writing, "Now it all makes sense, Ryan, how could you?" In a following tweet, Shields explained that of course Ryan Garcia is innocent until proven guilty. She said, "Of course everyone is innocent until proven guilty. The fight never made sense. The whole lead-up was insane. The fight was insane. And now this. If fighters are signed up to VADA, they should never enter the ring with a fighter who tests. Dirty. That's the reasoning for testing, I thought." In another tweet, she said, "And literally everyone knows I gave Devin a 99.9% chance to beat Ryan Garcia, a fighter with better skills, a better resume, and a great camp versus a great left hook, and not taking training seriously enough to make... Wait, I thought the fight was an easy dub for Dev. Now the results shocked me and everyone else. Bumgardner just be lying like always." Even Regis Prograis voiced his opinion, who had previously lost to Haney. He wrote, "I'm going to get the belt one more time, then I'm moving to bare-knuckle fighting. Boxing is just too dirty." WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman also jumped into action upon learning about the development. The WBC had received notification from VADA about Ryan Garcia's adverse findings. The due process begins immediately, as per the WBC Clean Boxing Program protocol. Shakur Stevenson even went so far as to caution any of his rivals against attempting a similar ruse. He wrote, "Say gang ever get in there and cheat me like that, R.I.P. And any boxer standing with that hoe. Now I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is, get that out of boxing." Caleb Plant decided to highlight Garcia's response to the whole situation while throwing shade at him. Plant wrote, "Everyone knows I don't cheat, do we? How do we know that?" He shared another tweet saying Garcia tested the day before, and it doesn't immediately come back. "I'm sure we'll have more details soon. I don't know enough of the details."
What's up, everybody? I came on here to address this bull claim that I cheated.
Lies.
Yeah. Everybody knows that I don't cheat. What can I say? Why didn't they come out with this before, the fight? If they found it before, why would they let me step into the ring as a cheater and then come out with a victory and then they post this, Again, these are people that are trying to attack me for whatever reason, but no weapon against me shall prosper. I never taken a steroid in my life. I don't even know where to get steroids at the end of the day.
Prior to the recent showdown in New York, there were murmurs surrounding Devin Haney's accusations against Ryan Garcia, alleging substance use, an accusation strongly denied by the Victorville native. Yet Garcia's erratic behavior only fueled the suspicions. Today's outcome further strengthened the belief in Garcia's guilt.
Take supplements. They're saying it's coming from the ashwagandha. That's retarded. So, at the end
lies.
Of the day, big lies. I beat his out of here. Everybody go to Warwick tonight. It's lit.
And I was with
get
this
it.
guy every single day. Yeah, never ever.
Dang!
Even amidst the swirling controversy surrounding Ryan Garcia's alleged doping breach, Gervonta Davis has stepped into the ring, strongly supporting Garcia and calling for consequences against promoter Eddie Hearn. Davis took to social media to express his anger at what he saw as attempts to discredit Garcia's recent win over Devin Haney, bluntly stating, "They doing anything to take away the win from Ryan." In a show of support for his fellow boxer, Davis condemned what he believed was a coordinated effort to question Garcia's accomplishments in the ring. But Davis didn't stop there. He launched a fierce critique aimed directly at promoter Eddie Hearn, making his stance clear and demanding strong action in response to the unfolding controversy. "If that's the case, ban Eddie Hearn's silver spoon," Davis said, adding that if the accusations against Garcia turn out to be false, Hearn should face consequences. Davis's passionate response reflects the deep feelings rising within the boxing world as the effects of Garcia's doping scandal ripple through the sport. Amid swirling allegations and the risk to reputations, Davis's outspoken support for Garcia highlights the unity among fighters in tough times. Meanwhile, Gervonta Davis shared his DMs with Ryan Garcia regarding the positive tests. In the messages, Garcia assures Tank that he didn't take the substance and that he never cheated. Known by its name MK2866, Ostarine has gained attention for its supposed muscle-building benefits and possible medical use in treating conditions like muscle loss and osteoporosis. However, since it hasn't been approved by the FDA, it carries health risks, including harmful effects on cholesterol and a higher chance of prostate cancer. At the same time, Paulie Malignaggi explained what Ostarine does for athletes, suggesting, "Garcia used it for those reasons." He wrote that Ostarine users report improvements in muscle mass and strength. It helps muscle growth, reduces fatigue, and boosts protein production without causing fat gain or water retention, making it useful for both cutting and bulking. While Ostarine might appeal to athletes for its muscle-building, performance-enhancing, and bone-protecting benefits, the risks can't be ignored. Continued use could suppress the body's natural testosterone.
They're trying to make it to a no contest. You're right, there was no contest. It was easy work. Say I did take Ostarine, right? I would have made weight then, because it makes you lose weight. I volunteer to do test if I knew I was gonna start cheating. I don't even. Nobody on my team knows how to cheat. They're out to get me. That's the fact. Funny that I bring up all these things. How about Gaza? Protect Trump? All these things that you shouldn't be saying. Of course they're trying to get me. Because I love everybody. Because I'm trying to save the kids. It's crazy. These guys are probably pedos. They're haters, bro. I never did it. Everybody knows that I beat the easy work. Devin
suggested that an ashwagandha supplement may have contributed to his alleged failed tests. Ashwagandha, an ancient herb rooted in Ayurveda, the traditional medicine from India, is revered for its health benefits, including stress relief, muscle recovery, and improving men's reproductive health. Dr. Meena Makhani, an integrative medicine expert at UCLA, describes it as a potent remedy gaining worldwide acclaim. In a series of tweets, Garcia firmly denied the doping allegations, questioning the motives behind them. His initial response was lighthearted, sharing an LOL and mentioning ashwagandha root. But as the situation grew more serious, his tone changed to defiance and disbelief. He admitted, "My bad, I shouldn't have taken this," while continuing to assert his innocence. Garcia expressed frustration, joking, "No weapon against me shall prosper," and sarcastically claiming, "I need more steroids. I'm addicted." He later pledged to uncover the truth, suggesting someone was behind creating the lie, while also questioning the timing of the allegations, especially after a photo of him with former President Trump surfaced. Garcia announced he wouldn't fight Devin Haney again, hinting at the potential fallout from the doping controversy. The levels of the banned substance Ostarine found in his system were so low, questioning how it could lead to such serious accusations. Garcia expressed his disbelief by highlighting the fact that throughout his training, he had been active on social media, and none of his previous tests showed any signs of Ostarine use. He tweeted, "My levels are so low for someone who took Ostarine. implying that the positive result seemed suspiciously timed and didn't align with his usual training routine. He hinted that there might be external factors or ulterior motives at play, suggesting a larger conspiracy behind the allegations. Garcia likened the situation to a Matrix attack, drawing a parallel to Andrew Tate's experience with false claims and unfair targeting, insinuating that, like Tate, he is being wrongfully targeted to remove him from the sport. Despite the controversy, Garcia remained defiant, emphasizing that he was being unfairly persecuted, and reiterated his belief that the accusations were part of a broader, orchestrated effort against him. Observers. As the update began to infiltrate every corner of the online world, Garcia shared another tweet, and the barrage of accusations and scrutiny he faced in such a brief period seems to have prompted the 25-year-old boxer to contemplate revealing the truth. Initially, the Los Angeles resident tried to make a case for himself, asking, "Why in the world would I volunteer for a drug test if I planned on taking them? Make it make sense." However, it soon dawned on Ryan Garcia that evasion would be futile in this predicament, and he embarked on an unexpected course of action, one that left everyone utterly astonished. Garcia tweeted, "I'm on the Jesus steroid," in yet another maneuver aimed at poking fun at his detractors. He hinted at their skepticism regarding his victory over Haney, insinuating that they believed he couldn't have achieved it without the aid of performance-enhancing substances. This response, though seemingly lighthearted, also served to highlight Garcia's defiant stance against the allegations, leaving many to wonder whether this would be the final twist in an already tumultuous situation within the boxing community. His demeanor throughout the controversy suggests a mix of defiance and resolve, unshaken by the allegations. Garcia's comment about Victor Kai, the proprietor of the laboratory linked to the testing process, sheds light on a potential conflict of interest. By referencing Key's past scandals and his connections to Devin Haney, Garcia raises questions about the integrity of the testing procedures and insinuates that there may be external factors influencing the outcome of his situation. His statements further fuel the narrative that the accusations against him may be part of a larger, orchestrated effort to undermine his victory. Despite the weight of the allegations, Garcia remains confident in his innocence and refuses to be intimidated, adding more layers to the already complicated and high-stakes scenario. His resilience and ability to maintain his stance amidst such pressure will ultimately define how his career moves forward, with the boxing world closely watching every development. The community's mixed reaction to Ryan Garcia's demeanor could either suggest his innocence or imply that he anticipated the storm long before it began. Meanwhile, Henry Garcia's response on Instagram provides a deeper look into his perspective regarding his son's positive test results, expanding on the broader context of the situation. In his statement, Henry Garcia proposes a conspiracy involving multiple parties and links them to the positive test results, insinuating that there is a coordinated effort to undermine Ryan Garcia's victory over Devin Haney. He highlighted how Snack, a sports nutrition company associated with Victor Conte, sponsors Devin Haney, who is also involved in VADA testing. He pointed out that Conte, a known figure in performance-enhancing drug scandals, could have an influence on the fairness of the testing process. Henry further questioned the impartiality of the testing by connecting these points to the involvement of Harvey Dock, the referee in both Devin Haney's fight against Lomachenko and the controversial fight against Ryan Garcia, suggesting a conflict of interest that might compromise the integrity of the results. The possibility of a no-contest verdict looms. The New York State Athletic Commission's swift investigation into the positive test results has added a layer of uncertainty to the situation. Garcia's victory over Devin Haney, once celebrated as a hard-earned triumph, now faces the threat of being overturned due to the doping allegations. Meanwhile, Bill Haney, Devin's father, voiced his deep concern over the unfolding scandal. In an interview with Sports Illustrated, he expressed frustration with the situation, saying, "You are trying to hurt my baby. We played it fair. We didn't do it like that. Boxing, this is some... I came from the streets. Are you scared of Devin on a level playing field?" His comments reflect a strong belief that Garcia's alleged use of performance-enhancing substances compromises the integrity of the sport and calls into question the fairness of the fight. As the investigation unfolds, the battle over Garcia's legitimacy as a fighter continues, with both sides digging in their heels. Despite Garcia's vehement denials, the scrutiny surrounding him only intensifies, with the future of his victory hanging in the balance. Looming the possibility of a no-contest verdict, Garcia's purported violations are amplified by his previous missteps, notably his difficulties in meeting the weight requirements for the Haney fight. Haney exemplified extraordinary sportsmanship by consenting to continue the bout despite Garcia's weight challenges, albeit with the stipulation of substantial financial repercussions for every pound exceeding the 140 libby threshold. Haney's choice carried weighty implications, as it led to him securing a hefty sum of $1.5 million from Garcia, coupled with Garcia's disqualification from contending for the WBC Super Lightweight Championship. Meanwhile, Devin Haney's response to the allegations against Ryan Garcia underscores his disappointment and frustration with his opponent's actions. In his interview with ESPN, Haney pulls no punches in expressing his feelings, emphasizing the seriousness of the situation and the impact it has on the sport of boxing. Haney begins by expressing his regret over learning about the issue, highlighting the recent awareness of Ryan Garcia's alleged foul play. He criticizes Garcia's actions, describing them as disrespectful to both the fans and the integrity of boxing. By repeatedly breaking the rules, Garcia has not only let down the audience, but also tarnished the reputation of the sport itself. Haney said, "We were made aware of this issue fairly recently, and it's regrettable that Ryan chose to engage in foul play, disrespecting both the fans and the integrity of boxing by repeatedly breaking the rules. Garcia has not only let down the audience but also tarnished the reputation of the sport itself." As a strong statement on the values of integrity and fair play in boxing, he stresses that the sport demands respect and commitment from its athletes, particularly given the risks involved. Haney's emphasis on the seriousness of Garcia's alleged actions underscores how the actions of one fighter can impact the sport as a whole. By calling for an apology, Haney is not just asking for a personal acknowledgement from Garcia, but for a broader commitment to uphold the standards of the sport. As a seasoned fighter, Haney knows the weight of every decision made in the ring and believes that Garcia's actions undermine the respect and professionalism that boxing requires. Haney's resilience, in the face of adversity, highlights his dedication to the sport and his desire to set an example for others, showing that true champions fight with honor, both inside and outside the ring. Can imagine, it's a deeply frustrating situation for him. Eddie Hearn's comments underline just how much this controversy has affected Devin Haney, not just emotionally, but also in terms of the fairness of the sport. Haney, having prepared and fought on level terms, now faces the possibility that his victory, and perhaps his reputation, could be overshadowed by the alleged misdeeds of his opponent. The combination of Garcia's weight issues and the positive test for performance-enhancing drugs, PEDs, has made Haney feel that his win has been tainted. For Haney, the issue goes beyond just one fight. It's about the larger integrity of boxing as a sport. He wants to ensure that the sport remains clean and fair, and that those who break the rules are held accountable. Hearn's statement reveals the gravity of the situation, with Haney's frustration rising from both a personal and professional standpoint, as he believes that the outcome of the fight should be reconsidered. Eddie Hearn's response to Gervonta Davis's accusations highlights the growing tension and complexity surrounding the controversy. Davis's insinuation that Hearn could be involved in manipulating the test results has only intensified the situation, with Hearn adamantly defending himself and his integrity. He denies any involvement in tampering with Garcia's test results, dismissing Davis's allegations as baseless and unwarranted. Hearn's defense underscores the seriousness of the accusations against Garcia and the impact these allegations are having not only on Garcia, but also on the wider boxing community. The promoter's swift and forceful rebuttal reflects his determination to protect his reputation and ensure that boxing remains a fair and transparent sport. As tensions rise, Hearn's comments add another layer of complexity to the already heated dispute, drawing attention to the larger question of accountability in the sport. The situation is evolving, with both Garcia and Haney continuing to navigate the fallout from the doping allegations and the public scrutiny surrounding the fight.
Talk some you do, because he's done it before to me. If I've said something he don't like, he's DM me, and I'll do the same. What's wrong with it? You know, but the problem is, these people get infiltrated with kind of like words and Eddie Hearn, oh Gervonta, Eddie Hearn, he don't like you, oh he's out to, can't trust Eddie Hearn. I don't even know Gervonta Davis. For him to put those accusations, like, it's absolutely mental. And like I said, I should really sue him, but I can't be bothered because he's just like, it's like a kid, like deleting tweets after. Got something to say it.
Decision to publicly denounce Davis and even consider legal action demonstrates the seriousness with which he regards the allegations. By suggesting that he should sue Davis for his remarks, Hearn is signaling his intent to defend his reputation and integrity in the face of what he perceives as baseless accusations. The exchange between Hearn and Davis underscores the volatile nature of the situation and the potential ramifications for all parties involved. Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia's promoters, Golden Boy, released a statement following the discovery of positive tests for prohibited substances. Golden Boy affirms in the statement that they accept Garcia's claim that he did not utilize the substance. Golden Boy has unveiled plans for a thorough collaboration with Garcia's camp to delve into the roots of the positive tests. As we know, Garcia staunchly asserts his innocence, vehemently denying any consumption of prohibited substances. He suspects foul play, suggesting a vendetta orchestrated by an unidentified adversary, perhaps motivated by a desire to tarnish his hard-earned 12-round majority decision triumph over the once undefeated Haney. The statement from Golden Boy reads, Ryan has put out multiple statements denying knowingly using any banned substances, and we believe him. We are working with his team to determine how this finding came to be, and we'll address this further once we conclude that process. Regardless of the investigation's outcome, Ryan's reputation is bound to suffer, as certain boxing enthusiasts will inevitably harbor suspicions. They'll readily presume Ryan's guilt, attributing his surprising victory over Haney to the use of a performance-enhancing substance. The true drawback is that Ryan is likely to be perceived as a cheater, by some, even if he can demonstrate that he didn't intentionally take anything. It might stick with Ryan for a while. Moreover, Garcia has once again showcased his knack for seizing the moment to playfully tease his detractors, embracing his signature style. Garcia took a bold step by introducing a new element to the Ryan Garcia saga, none other than the iconic musician P. Diddy in a post. Garcia responded to the latest controversy saying, Diddy paid for the drug test, allegedly. It's worth noting that just moments before this tweet, Ryan Garcia shared a clip addressing the allegations against him. In the midst of his thorough clarification, he stressed the persistent efforts of certain individuals bent on tarnishing his reputation. This contrasted sharply with his unwavering declaration of never partaking in drugs, underscored by his sincere lack of knowledge regarding how such substances are obtained.